big kitty.
Now back with the pet project, the real-life Catwoman, Tammy Trujillo.
Gee, are we anywhere near the wildlife way station? Kind of sounds like it. Big kitties. Big kitties and monkeys and all kinds of beautiful, wonderful animals at the Wildlife Way Station here in Southern California. It's not that far from Los Angeles if you're not in our area. A fantastic place. It's been there for many, many years. It's done a lot of fantastic work. And the Wildlife Way Station needs some help now. They've been helping animals for decades. What is it, 76,000 animals have been helped through the way station during that time. But now the way station's kind of up against some problems. We've had some good luck over the last couple of weeks, so we're checking in now with Martine Collette. She is the founder of the Wildlife Way Station. Hi, Martine.
Hello, Tammy. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing good. How are you out there?
We're all right. We are still, your donors and the donors to the way station have been very, very generous and wonderful, but we're still far from being out of the woods.
Catch people up on how we got into the woods here. We have new listeners every week, and a lot of them are not from California, but give us a little quick history on the way station and then bring us up to date.
Well, the Wildlife Way Station was created in the 70s. Actually, I took my first animal in 1965. And so we've been collecting unwanted animals at the way station ever since.
And we're not talking about cats and dogs here, Martine.
We're talking about lions and tigers and alligators and monkeys and, bears and wolves and all types of wild animals. And you're absolutely right. 76,000 animals have passed through our hands. We have a veterinary center on the facility. We've got 2 full-time veterinarians on staff. And we've done a lot of public service, for example, how to cohabit with native wildlife. We do outreach programs for children as well as adults. We sort of believe in education, second to actually rescuing and looking after animals on our site. We also believe that education is of tantamount importance, and so we do a lot of that kind of education.
Mm-hmm.
We were the first people to take in chimpanzees from biomedical research when, everybody wanted to have chimps be released from that kind of program. They didn't want chimps to be tested on.
Right.
Well, when the chimps were finally released, there was no place for them to go.
Yeah, people forget the end of the equation, right.
So we were the first ones to take in those chimps into sanctuary. And today we have the biggest colony of chimpanzees in western United States.
I've had a privilege to see that colony a couple of years back, and I mean, it's a huge society of chimps.
And a marvelous one, too.
Oh, it's amazing. It's an amazing
Chimps are so incredibly smart.
Uh-huh.
And there is such a connection between us and chimpanzees. They are indeed our closest relatives.
Oh, absolutely.
And, I never realized just how many things that a chimpanzee can learn until I actually had the colony come in and live at the Wildlife Way Station.
Tell us some of the more interesting ones. Like what?
Well, for example, I had a chimpanzee was out playing, and she wanted to get a monkey out to play with.
Okay.
She thought that this monkey was just wonderful, and she kept looking at me and asking me to open up the enclosure so that she can get this monkey out to play with.
Uh-huh.
And I kept saying, no, that's not. By the way, I don't know if you know that, but I've had to raise a baby chimpanzee from birth.
When I came over a number of years ago to dinner there at the way station, there was a little chimp that you were working with.
And that's the chimp I'm talking about.
And, I remember that little chimp coming to the table. Oh, my gosh, she's beautiful.
Well, when you're a surrogate mother to a chimpanzee, you're always their mother. I mean, they don't forget the person who raised them. And so she's really quite smart. She's very talented in being a chimpanzee.
Uh-huh.
And she's very talented in living in the world of people as well.
Mm-hmm.
We named that particular one. We vasectomize all the male animals that come to us because we do not want to have any more unwanted and unnecessary animals.
Right.
So every male is vasectomized.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, vasectomies don't always work, Tammy.
Interesting.
Once in a while, there is a glitch. And she's a product of one of those glitches.
Well, she's a beautiful baby glitch chimp.
She's a gorgeous baby glitch. But, she's 12 years old now, Tammy.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh, you are right.
She's 12 years old.
It's been 12 years since I've gotten to come to dinner. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
10 years. You're overdue.
No kidding.
No, you're overdue, absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
But, your listeners can help us with the chimpanzees if they love chimpanzees.
Mm-hmm.
They can help us with tigers if they would like that. Or we're still trying to move forward and get our conditional use permit.
Now, how did that situation arise? Catch everybody up.
Well, when you apply for a permit to bring exotic animals to different parts of Los Angeles County,
mm-hmm.
you require special permits to do that.
Right.
And they're given for a certain amount of time, and then they expire. Then you have to reapply and start the process all over again. So that's where we are now. We ran out of our conditional use permit process,
mm-hmm.
and now we have to find a way to get all of our facilities up to the current 2012 standards, after which we can then apply and hopefully get our conditional use permit.
Now, Martine, if that doesn't happen, we've got a big situation. We're going to break right now. When we come back, knock on wood, everything's going to be okay. But there is a dark cloud looming on the horizon here. We've already had a couple of fantastic people come forward. We're going to talk about Santa, who truly is Santa, and everything else. And if you want to help the Wildlife Way Station, get onto our Facebook page right now, Tammy Trujillo's Pet Project, because we've got the way to do it up there for you. It's simple. It's easy. You don't have to spend $1 million. You know what? A $10 donation, it all adds up and it all goes to help the animals. So Martine, stay with us. You stay with us too. We'll be back with the Pet Project here on CRN in just a couple of minutes.
Come to Yountville,